So over the years, I've shown you many different types of keyboards. Keyboards for mobile devices, keyboards for desktop computers, maybe a modern design, an old-fashioned design, mechanical or otherwise. Glass, there was a glass keyboard. Jack remembers that video, it was very cool. Look at that. Look how thin that thing is. Super slick, very clean. I showed you a keyboard you can dump water on and wash it. Whoa. It's not even fair. The world of keyboards, it's vast. And today we're gonna add to that universe with this thing here, the Rollable Design 2-in-1 wireless speaker keyboard. There's not really a brand name on it, but that's probably because this thing is currently on Indiegogo. As you can tell, this thing has a very strange design, unusual. It also has a speaker built into it. Now, straight away, this reminded me of a gadget that I never put my hands on, but I heard about. It was from LG, and it was a keyboard called the Rolly, with the exception of the fact that it didn't have the speaker functionality at all. iOS, Android, Windows, and Mac, so you could use it with anything. Maybe we have something cool. Let's find out if that's the case. Maybe it isn't. Hyper bass, a built-in microphone, up to 6 hours of talk/play time, and a power meter. Here's something weird though. The number 6 is in a different font. Maybe they came up with that after the fact. I don't know. Maybe it had a higher number and they're like, nope, we're only gonna go with 6. Who knows? So there it is. This is a keyboard. Whoa. That might be the champion for the weirdest keyboard we've looked at ever, and I haven't even unrolled it yet. There it is. Look at that. I guess that's kind of cool. You got the speakers pointing at you. Now the cool thing they've done with this model is made this portion detachable. I could have this a distance away from where the speakers are, and also this happens to be the stand. And now you could dock a phone or a tablet in that location. Now it uses Bluetooth, completely wireless pairing. There's a power button on the keyboard and then another independent power button on the speaker unit. A micro USB port to keep this thing charged, and then I'm guessing there's probably one on here too, or not. I know that there's 4 speaker units in here. So 1, 2 on the front, and then on the ends as well. A micro USB cable to charge it up, a little carrying pouch, which is very basic. This is a Galaxy S8. That fits in there right like that. Even without the keyboard, you have a little speaker dock. Those little arms, they pivot, so you can pick whichever angle you want, but for a heavy device like an iPad, this is the way you're gonna use it. All right, so let's check if this thing has juice. Okay, so you have to pair the keyboard and the speaker separately. When the keyboard is attached, there's a key sequence. It's FNC, so that the keyboard looks for the speaker, I suppose. I gotta be honest, the translation on the instructions, not the best. The blue indication, amp, light, 3 seconds, and crush out. And then we'll go ahead and just type unbox therapy. Look at that.
How do you like it?
You know what? The keyboard itself is kind of nice to use. I don't know, maybe you like to type a novel at a cafe or something. Maybe that's one advantage of having them pair up independently. You don't actually have to use the 2 of them together exclusively. Now there are function keys on here as well. The FN keys for volume. Let's see if those work. Oh, they do. One thing I didn't expect to see on a keyboard so small is the directional buttons. If you guys caught my recent video on the $39 laptop, the directional buttons were not functioning. Spoiler alert. What does this do? FN. Look at that. I can lock the phone. See what I did there? Yeah, I mean, way better than your phone, obviously, or your iPad for that matter. It's a nice little speaker. I mean, it's an odd combination of things, but I guess it makes sense if you think about what you might be lacking on your smartphone or tablet if you use it as your main computing device. So far, this is probably the slimmest little package that I've seen. Plus, it has the cool aspect of being able to roll up. You're probably going to turn some heads. What do you say? Hey, not too shabby. If I want to roll it out, let's see how long the setup takes. Kaboom. I'm rolled out. Typing away. Now, if I didn't remove the keyboard, it's even faster. And you're on the go. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. The design itself I have seen with the LG Rolly keyboard, which I never had the chance to look at, but it didn't have a speaker. So a lot of that space that it took up was strictly for the purpose of the rolling aspect, whereas here, we're getting some sound to go with it. So that probably puts this a sliver ahead.